All right. Tipler Talk Tuesday is in full effect, folks. I apologize for not making a video for last week's Tipler Talk Tuesday. So what can I say? Sometimes I just can't get them all in. And I know I've been told, a friend of mine said, hey, what you should do is pre-record many videos. Then you can sit wherever you are at, whether it be on vacation inside your house, and just upload each and every one of them every Tuesday. But for me, that's being prepared. I like to make my video on the fly sometimes, you know, raw, uncut, unedited. Just make the video and put it out there. So for this Tipler Talk Tuesday, I'm gonna talk about color. Now, we've talked about color in the past many times. We've talked about, and I'm sure a lot of people out there know about color, and some that don't. You can look it up. When it comes to color, especially the white, you can make white in any pigeon, okay? It takes a process. It's a process, a long process. I was fortunate to get these droppers from one of the BUTC guys, and I got 2 pairs, and they were both equally white. All of them, through and through. Now, one of the pairs that I put together, my first set of babies were white with black tips around the wings, black around the tail, black on the body a little bit, not a whole lot, but mainly on the tips of the wings and the tail, almost like a stencil. And of course, I could have used that pair of babies for droppers, but I decided if I'm gonna keep all my droppers the same, all white, I have to eliminate and move those out. So I did, gave them to somebody else, they got them. And that pair that produced the black in them, they have no black in them. I mean, behind the cock possibly, or behind the hen, but when you look at the pair of the whites, they don't have it in them. So that first pair that I put together, or the first pair of birds that I hatched, had black in them, in the cage, separated. Well, I'm gonna show you the parents, I'm gonna show you the baby. This is the second round of pure white. Pure white. I don't see any black right now. I don't see no pin feathers that are black. Here's what I suspect is the cock. Now, I don't see any black in them, and which is good. The other cock I got, the tails, the wings, and a little bit of the body have black. This is nice, and this is what I want. And here's the second baby. The nestmate, and no black. As you can see, no black whatsoever. See the wings, the tips, the tails, and that's amazing. And this is what I'm getting at. I spoke to another Tipler flyer. We were talking about what I was doing here, my breeding and my droppers. And the funny thing about it is that individual said, get rid of it. Get rid of that pair right now. You don't want that in your loft because it produces slight black in some of the droppers. But I'm the type of person that if I keep documentation, keep the band numbers down, and I know where those blacks are coming from, I can always eliminate that from the gene pool. It'll come out later on, and the goal is not to get it out on a regular basis, but I know in back of my mind that it will come back out. It will be a throwback, and I'm good with that. I just have to eliminate that. But the second round, here you go. The second round produced me straight up pure white, which I'm happy with. The first round were not pure white. And for that reason, this Tipler Talk Tuesday, I am going to say, do you give your birds a chance? Now, I understand when it comes to performance, Sometimes you gotta eliminate the performance out real quick. If it doesn't perform, why even bother? It's not performing, let it go. But in this case, for looks, we can work with that. If these were show birds, you still gotta work with them. You still have to get that quality. Guys will have produced beautiful birds out of ugly birds, but it's a process. It takes time, a very long time. In this case, my second round, I got what I wanted. Now I just mark these down. I can make a little note that these birds may have a tint of black in the future if I go to breed out of them. And depending what route I take them will dictate if I get more of that black or less of that black. Well, knowing that I got these from one guy and they created these birds, they're all one family, basically. So I suspect it was a throwback, and I'm good with that. So to that pigeon mumbler, tippler guy, I was talking to about the colors on these droppers, one pair of droppers being off. Now you know. The second pair, pure white, no problems. And for that reason, I'm keeping these, and I already got rid of the other first pair. So for this Tippler Talk Tuesday, do you give your bird the chance? Depending, performance or appearance, right? You have to give them a chance. I've heard and seen guys on videos say, well, I don't like the head on this bird for show, but I'm keeping the bird because I like other things about this bird. You know, things like that. Things that only they know what they're doing with their birds. I have this pair of droppers. And I'll show you here. This is the pair that produced me the one set of babies in the beginning. Oops. The first pair produced me black and white. The second pair, pure white. And these guys are pure white. There's no black in them. But I suspect that the cock carries two genes. He may be the one that's carrying the black. I suspect he carries the black. And for that reason, I'll still keep them because there's no sense of me getting rid of them. If I'm trying to produce I have to work with what I have, and I'm trying to produce white droppers, a nice little team of white droppers. So, folks, on this Tippler Talk Tuesday, give your birds a chance. If you work with them, it's an easy, no-brainer move. You're working with them. Now, if you want things quick, get rid of the whole line, get something else. That's the quickest way you can do it. But if you know what you're doing, work with them. And let's face it, where else could you work at your own pace, in your own backyard, doing what we all love doing, and that's messing around with the pigeons. All right, folks, it's hot out here. I've been working out here on my landscaping. If you own a home, it's a never-ending job. If you're renting, it's somebody else's problem. But in this case, this is my home, my castle. I will keep it copaesthetically nice. All right. Till next time, I'll see you next week, folks. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and give me a call if you haven't talked to me in a while. Give me a call. I know everybody else is working. So to those out there, shout out to you guys. Don't work too hard. I hope everybody's flying well, breeding well, and all that good stuff. Have a good pigeon mumbling session, especially on the weekends. Get with the fellas, BUTC. Shout out to you guys, like always, the Brotherhood. The CNTU, my club, like always. Shout out to Raja. Nice flight. Congratulations on your last flight. I believe it was like 18 hours and 21 minutes. Hats off to you, sir. That was great. The FTS, they're doing great things too. So, anyway, I'll see you back next week. Later.